going down?
From the Twin Cities of Minnesota, the streets of Chicago, it's your girl, my girl, everyone's girl. It's What's Going Down with Lyrasis.
What's going down with Lyrasis?
What's going down?
What's going down with Lyrasis?
What's going down tonight?
What's going down with Lyrasis?
What's going down?
What's going down with Lyrasis?
What's going down tonight?
What's going down with Lyrasis?
What's going down?
What's going down with Lyrasis?
What's going down tonight?
What's going down with Lyrasis?
What's going down?
What's going down with Lyrasis?
What's going down tonight?
To what's going down. We got somebody. I'm so happy to have this guy on the show right here. It's none other than RUSSELL Harts. Let me show you a video and let me know and let you guys know what this guy have done for our community and the industry in a whole. Let's get it.
What's going down? RUSSELL Harts, 3-time Grammy winner producer, songwriter, singer, vocal producer. In a musical career that has spanned over 2 decades, RUSSELL started his professional musical journey as one of the lead men for the 90s platinum selling group Troop. Stephen has remained relevant and in demand from today's music industry elite to budding new artists by creating and taking part in remarkable hit records such as Jordan Sparks' No Air, Chris Brown's Take You Down. Stephen has gone on to be one of the industry's most sought-out producers and writers. Stephen has produced and written hit singles for artists like Ciara, Toni Braxton, Aretha Franklin, Kelly Clarkson, Charlie Wilson, Jennifer Hudson, Tyrese, Fantasia, B2K, Tank, and many more. Please put your hands together for Mr. RUSSELL Harts. Yes.
Yay! Only fit for a king, right?
I love it. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. I want to thank you for coming on this platform on What's Going Down with Lyrasis. It's a pleasure, our pleasure to have you on our show. How are you, sir?
I'm doing wonderful, and thank you for having me on your show.
No problem. You had so much of a remarkable career. I mean, I can say you're blessed. In your own words, who is RUSSELL Harts?
Mama's boy. I'm just a average, everyday guy. I'm quiet. I'm funny. I love my pigeons. I love my
You
family.
got pigeons?
Yes, I raise and compete with Birmingham roller pigeons as a sport. I do that for a living.
Oh my goodness.
For a living, but that's my living. I raise pigeons for sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're RUSSELL. Did you just add the hearts on later, or tell me about how that addition came about?
Okay. 2011. I found my father's family. I never saw my dad's face, never met him. He's actually deceased now, but in 2011, I was able to find his family, my grandfather, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, everybody I looked like. It was just amazing. Some real Antoine Fisher stuff. So I met my grandfather. I chilled with him for almost 2 years before he passed. And that was my father's last name. That was my granddad's last name. So
What an honor. That was great for you to take that name. That's a beautiful thing, right?
I love it.
So let's go back into a time capsule, right? If you
Okay.
will. And you used to perform at Venus Beach.
Yes.
How old were you? And what did you used to do there?
Man, my aunt Kat, bless her heart, she used to take me starting at 6 and 7 years old. Um, we used to go to Venice Beach all the time, and I used to dance. I used to pop lock really young, and my aunt, she used to take me to Venice Beach and make me dance with the people. There was always crowds of dancers out there, but they were all adults. But my aunt would push me out there and make me dance with all the adults. So that was just something.
Yeah. That is what's up. So, let's go back to the 80s and 90s, right?
Okay.
So how did Troop come about? Tell me the story about how you guys put your group together.
Okay.
And I remember Troop used to be a dance, right? Or am I mistaken?
Yes.
Was that a dance?
Yes, we had a dance that we called.
Okay.
Yep.
You had a dance. You want to show me what was the Oh, that was the Troop.
That's the
What?
Yeah. That's
So
it.
that's crazy. I remember that dance. They used
Yeah.
to have a whole lot of. I heard about that. It used to be a dance. But tell me the story how Troop came together as a group.
Okay. 1984.
Okay.
We were all in ninth grade. We had just entered high school, and Rodney and Reggie went on a lip sync TV show called "Putting on the Hits."
I remember that.
Yes.
Okay,
and
which one? And not to cut you off, which one had the gold in their hair? Like,
that's Reggie.
because I used to go get some spray. They used to have that Walgreens, and I used to spray a little patch. Okay, that's Reggie. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So Reggie and Rodney went on this TV show called "Putting on the Hits," and they won. And a producer saw the show, a record producer saw the show and wanted to know if they could really sing. And we were all getting ready to do a big talent show. And Rodney, I was looking for Rodney, and he was looking for me for this show. And he was like, "Man, this producer saw the show. You got to talk to my mom. I need you."
Yeah.
Group, man, because I was popular my whole life for dancing and playing baseball and doing Michael Jackson, and so he knew I would be perfect to go in his group. So I never thought about it, but it was great, a wonderful opportunity, and that's how it started. I got in the group. John followed me to the group. I later went and sought out. I met Alan early when we got together, but I later went and got Alan to be in the group, and then became Five of a Kind, and that's how it started. And that was
my goodness.
1984 through we got our record deal in 1986, Tuesday, June 2nd, 1986.
Wow.
And our first record, I was the last one to graduate from high school. And our last record, our first #1 record was Mamacita, produced by my big bro, the late Joe Laverde, my brother.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. That's remarkable. So what I didn't know, so when I was reading, I found out that Troop is an acronym for Total Respect of Other People. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like, that's brilliant. Who came up with that name?
Well, I actually came up with the name Troop for the group, and Alan came up with the acronym. He's the one who came up with what it should stand for, and we all agreed right off top. So,
wow,
Alan did that.
Okay, so the group has had like 3 #1 singles and 10 top 10 singles on the Billboard R&B singles chart. That's
What's going down? From the Twin Cities of Minnesota, the streets of Chicago, it's your girl, my girl, everyone's girl. It's What's Going Down with Lyrasis.
Who was your inspiration?
Um, just period.
Yeah.
Um, my mother was my grandmother started off as my biggest inspiration. My uncle Paul was a famous ballet dancer, Paul Lawrence Russell. I grew up wanting to be like my uncle Paul, and then from there was Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Baby,
Yeah.
I wanted to be like Babyface, Howard Stewart, you
So
know,
who do you, so
Burt.
those are people that you listen to? Like when I was growing up, I can remember so many artists that I used to listen to. Like my brothers were DJs. I used to rap, you know what I mean?
Okay.
One of the hottest females MCs around, just want to
Okay.
let you know.
I see.
But there were people before me who inspired me. So who was your inspiration? Like who did you listen to coming up that kind of molded you into the genre of music that you listen to today, or that you made? You were creative. So who did that
Uh,
for you?
my mother played a lot of music.
Okay.
She played everything. I'm a product of somebody who downloaded a lot of music into her child. So from the Isley Brothers to Stevie Wonder to James Taylor from Kool and the Gang to Michael Jackson to Howard
Yes.
Hewitt to
Yes.
uh, Bobby and El DeBarge, Allen in
Yeah.
the group, Levert, Chucky Booker,
Wow.
Mike
Okay. So you got
Aiden.
a plethora of artists.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like I'm
Yeah.
a gumbo of a lot of different stuff.
Yeah. So
But my
what was it like going to your mom and saying, you know what? I don't want to be a doctor, a police, or an EMT or a lawyer. I want to sing. How was that? How did
scary,
that play out?
scary. It was scary. I was scared to tell
Okay.
my mom I didn't want to go to school playing football, that I wanted to be a singer. And she didn't get upset or anything. She just told me that nobody would discover me in front of the TV and that I had to surround myself around people in that industry. And when she
Wow.
told me that, it was like a light bulb went off and I was off to the races. But, the way energy would have it, Rodney comes up a few weeks later and say, "Hey, man, we won. You want to be in?"
Wow.
It was just,
Isn't
it
that something, how things just come together and you don't understand how and why, but
like
it
a
just
track,
does? Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
track. Yep.
So you guys were in a group. Now, and I'm not talking about your group, but I'm talking about in general. Groups normally, they usually have problems within a group. So, were there any issues that you can discuss? And if there were issues, how did you guys resolve it?
Well, I mean, I could pick out particular things that I did to, get on people's nerves and vice versa.
Oh, it was you?
It
You was
was
the culprit?
well, I'm sure. I'm sure. I
Yeah.
mean, we're in a group of 5 guys. Everybody has different personalities. We all come from different family structures and different, just different people. So, it was nothing that was abnormal for a group of kids getting together. Deciding to be a part of this thing and all agreeing energetically on this one thing. Um, we were energetically sound and um, that outdid any of the issues that we may have had or discomforts. Alan was the last one to get in the group. Alan was the last one to get in the group, so um,
Yeah.
he would be the one that had the most discomfort getting to a group of guys who were already hooked up together and close and played a lot. We were
Okay.
kids and we were silly.
Okay.
Me and Rodney slap boxing and playing all the time.
Yeah.
Al- Alan was the oldest brother from his family, so
Okay.
he was just more mature than us. Period.
Okay.
So if there was any issues, it would be Alan being a little discomforted in the getting with some kids that play all the time and stuff, but we were serious as all outdoors.
This
So uh,
right, because
he was
Stephen, you can look at groups today, right? and
Yeah.
they start off and everybody's excited, but it seems like all groups at a point in that career, it falls apart.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's jealousy, if it's the lead singer. It's like a whole different, different things that can break a group up. But you can see that every group goes through this for some reason. Because I haven't met a group that have not had these issues, whether it's the fame or somebody want the lead, or whether it's guy or female groups. It seems to happen. So I'm trying to get a little bit more information on
Oh, okay.
why does it happen?
Well, as you grow, as you get fame, you get money, you get more confidence, you get more. I don't know.
Yeah.
You feel a little different, so it make you. You might forget that you play first base. And
Okay.
you might want to pitch because that position looks great, but you forgot you signed up to play first base. So
Gotcha. That's a great analogy, Stephen.
yeah, I just want everybody to understand it without, uh, when you're on a team or like this hand right here, each one of these fingers has its position.
Place. Okay.
And as long as Troop was that hand, we were on top of the charts. As soon as the pinky wanted to be the thumb and the thumb disagreed, it was over.
What a great analogy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna take you back. One of my favorite songs that I grew up on, that I love so much. One of the classics. Let's go to All I Do Is Think of You.
Yeah.
The video. Let's go back. Let's go back in a time capsule.
I can't wait to get to school each day and wait for you to pass my way. And bells start to ring, and angels starts to sing. Hey, that's the girl for you. So what are you gonna do? Hey, little girl, I love you. So all I do is think of you.
me. Go ahead. All I do is think. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that. You know that's a classic.
Yeah,
So,
that's in that. Wow.
Steven, so go back there. Tell me about that time right there when that song came out. It blasted over like every girl in the world was falling all out. Like, take me back to that time. I want you to just close your eyes and tell me where are you right there? Because I know where I was, and I want you to tell me what are you thinking about? Where are you at in your life?
On
Just tell me a story about that time.
on
Thank you.
on tour with MC Hammer, uh, every night, 6 nights a week. Uh, songs #1 back to back.
Look at your faces lighting up. Oh my God. Y'all get that. Get that
Just
face. You are lighting up. I mean, that
it
was
was
a
it,
jubilee time. So tell me about it. I want to feel your joy.
it was the heaven moment that we did all of the trusting for.
Okay.
Like the audacity for us to want to be like New Edition with no means to get there, supposedly.
Right.
For us to have the five of us, not just one, for five
Right.
for five kids to have the audacity to see themselves on stage and they're dancing outside on the cement. You know, the universe responds to that kind of boldness. And we were reaping the reward of being so bold as to test the universe and see, because it moved everything in order the way we wanted it, because we were energetically matched
And
to.
you know what I feel? I feel sincerity, genuine, from the heart. I don't know what that song and who actually wrote that song, but I definitely feel some meaning behind that, and it touched everyone. Right, that song right there. I mean, I'm like, oh my good. I just fell into a trance again because I remember, a teenager listening to that song, and I would listen to it over and over again, and
Yeah,
it would just make you fall in
resonate.
love. If you want in love, you're gonna be in love when you hear that song.
Yeah,
Right?
and we wanted to make
Yeah.
people feel good.
It
Thank
felt
God.
good. It felt good. It felt real good.
Yeah, Michael Love Smith is the writer.
Okay.
It's a beautiful record. When I first heard it, it blew me away. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe that the Jacksons were doing a song like the Stylistics.
Yeah.
I
Such
couldn't.
a love song. I mean, it just sounded
Oh,
like
I
a
guess
love song. I mean, it
Michael was
was
just
wow.
killing it. I was like,
Right.
you know, I was like, oh
Right.
my God. So, and this was years before we got signed.
Wow.
So,
So that song came out before you guys got
yeah,
signed?
that song was on the Moving Violations album by the Jacksons.
Are you kidding me? Are you
Yeah,
serious?
the Jacksons did it first, but it was just a B-side. It wasn't a hit for them. And that's what made it so perfect for us. That was my drive in recording the song, because it was the greatest demo that you could find,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you know.
When
And
the last time have you heard that song? Or you
uh,
listened to that song?
from the Jacksons,
No, your song that we just listened to. When is the last time that you saw that video or you've heard that song in in
uh,
in, in you guys style, troop style?
that was the first time I've seen the video in full in a long time.
Oh my God. I'm so glad that what's going down with Lyrasis made you go back into the day, back down memory
I
lane.
love
We go.
it because
So I'm sure that when this song came out, it blew up, right? It went at the top of the charts. So now you're on MTV, you're on BET. Tell me what the fame was like, because you guys went from maybe, local to you blew up overnight. Tell me, what was that about? How did you deal with that fame? Because I know it came overnight, and it got to be an experience that most of us can't even say that we can walk in your shoes. What
yeah,
was that like?
yeah, most people can't say it unless you've been
No.
this in some way. It's hard to explain. Uh, but it wasn't overnight, and it was amazing. Uh, we worked long and fun to we build up the momentum to make it to a hit record. I understand
Okay.
it clearly now. We pushed the little bitty golf ball down the hill and let it become this huge snowball,
Wow.
and we rode it. Um, and we worked. We had a focus. We were focused. For
Yeah.
anybody watching, we were dead set focused on what we wanted. We felt great about it. Nobody in the group doubted that we would make it. Nobody in the group was mad about rehearsing. Everybody was on one accord.
Cause Stephen, what were your ages? So
Um,
back then, just a range of ages.
I was the youngest. I had just turned 13.
Sure you was. Sure you was. No, just kidding.
I
What was
just
the ages though?
I was 14. Rodney was 15.
Are you kidding me?
Was 16. Alan was 16. Reggie was 15. And that's when we started. We were kids that had to,
Are you kidding me?
yeah.
You were babies.
Kids today still playing a video game. We were thinking about our future.
I did not know that you guys were that young.
Yeah, that's when
Wow.
that's when we started. By the time Mamacita came out, I was 18.
Wow.
I was 17, just turning 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you stay hungry and humble? Because you seem like you're very humble, because as we watch at the top of the show, you have so many accomplishments that are remarkable. You got a plethora of accomplishments, Grammys, you've worked with everybody. How do you stay so hungry and humble?
Well, I guess because I feel like I'm just touching the surface of what my capabilities are, maybe, when you're I love creating. I love creating for myself, for True, for others. So
I can't hear you. Did you push mute?
can you hear me? No.
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. Thanks.
I enjoy creating so much that um, I feel success when creating. So by the time you get the artist on it and the artist is singing it, I feel successful even before even anybody else hears it. I feel the joy of being successful already.
That's beautiful.
Most of the time, it ends up being at the top of the chart somehow, some way.
Wow.
But as far as being humble, whatever that truly means, I mean, I'm appreciative. I'm 51 now, and I've figured out that the best way for me to stay connected to source is to be appreciative and have the trust that God would expect me to have in him, with me claiming that he's all these things. I figured out that the trust that goes along with that works. And
I
so
love that.
I'm just
I love that.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something. So this is funny. So I'm originally from Chicago, South Side.
Right.
And when you guys came out, there were so many people, and they came out with these troop jackets. Do you remember that? Yeah. And they had like all of these patches. And I remember asking my mom, I gotta get the troop jacket, because they had a Michael Jackson jacket. Yeah. And they had a troop jacket. And you guys had this jacket and had all the patches on there. And then they start bootlegging them, right? Yep. So now I don't want to wear them no more, because then they only had like 2 patches on there. Right. Right? They messed up the whole vibe. But you guys definitely was a household name. And you guys definitely was, an impact on teenagers, because we played you guys every party that we went to, driving in the car. When you guys come up, we're doing the troop, we're getting it on. But I want to keep you in this zone right here. I want to go back again. I want to play the next video, one of the top that hit the charts, that went mainstream. Let's go to Spread My Wings. Y'all check it out. On what's going.
Faces of many lovers to ease the pain of having no one in my life, and I'm tired of being under.
Oh my goodness, I can't take it anymore. Spread my wings, honey. Y'all watching What's Going Down with Lyrasis. I'm here with Stephen Russell Harts. How did that make you? We went back, Arsenio Hall show, right? How did that make you feel?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, it was so magical because Arsenio liked us on his own. It had nothing to do with how much money we had or any of that, how much promotion we had. Arsenio saw our I'm Not Soup video. He fell in love with the song.
Yeah,
And he
that's
brought
I
us on
forgot about
the
that
show.
one. Yeah.
When he brought us on the show, it was just it was remarkable. New Edition came and passed the buck to the new guys, like, yo, these, it was just absolutely wonderful and amazing and unbelievable for Arsenio Hall to start doing a countdown on his show to Troop. Like, he just thought of a sudden, hey, we gonna start a countdown to Troop. We were on tour. So
Wow.
it was just amazing to
And you
come
guys did your
to
thing with the
his show.
white suits and hey. Y'all make me want to get up and like,
Hey,
hey.
hey,
You know what? I just
nobody
love
could
those
touch it.
days. Yeah. Go ahead.
Nobody could touch it.
I love those days, Stephen, because it takes me a place in my childhood where it wasn't where we are today in this world. And we all was just free and we were teenagers, we were having fun, we're going to school, we're jumping rope. And I miss those days. So I hope that those memories kind of jerk you back to some really good memories because it looks like you guys were having fun. So, right? So, you collab with a lot of A-listers. So we saw at the top of the show where you've done things with, I had to run it. I ran out of time to run all of the people that you have worked with or movies that you've been in. Do you, or let me ask you this, who gave you your first break? Let me start that way.
The sound went out a little bit. I'm sorry. Right at the end, I couldn't hear the last part of the question. I'm sorry.
So who gave you your first break? So
Oh,
you worked with all of these people, right? So before people knew that you were a genius, who gave you that first break and took a chance and said, I want to work with you? Because
God,
everybody follow the next person. Oh, he's hot because such and such worked with him. But who gave you that first chance?
Scotty and Walter Scott from the Whispers. They gave me my first break. They gave me my first gold album. They believed in me first. They were the first people to bless me as a producer.
And that's so important.
Yes, they gave me the stamp of approval with a gold album. So blessings to the Whispers, my uncles. I love them.
Well, how did that come? How did that come about?
I was working on some music. Once we got in the music business, I never left the studio, period. So I was in a studio. I rented a room and I was in the studio making some music, and they were working in the same studio. And Scotty walked past. He just came in. He was like, he introduced himself. And I'm like, of course I know. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Anyway, and he was so down to earth. I just couldn't believe they reminded me of my late Uncle Junior. They were just so down to earth.
Yeah.
And serious guys. But when they came in, they heard the music. He went and got the rest of the guys and brought them in and told me to play the music. And it was just the music. It wasn't a song yet. And I played the music. He went and turned it up real loud, closed the door, turned it up real loud.
Yeah.
He was looking at his twin and Nicholas like, yeah, this is the next, because he cracked Babyface in L.A. with Rocksteady,
Okay.
He was looking at it like something like that, like, okay, this is the next one, So anyway, that was my experience with my first big break as a producer. That was the Whispers.
Wow. Because that's very important. Like, it's going to take somebody to say, let me take a chance on this kid and not follow, what everybody else is doing. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Aretha Franklin, Charlie Wilson, right? Those are two people that I mentioned at the top of the show that you've worked with. Tell me about those experiences.
Well, first, let me say Charlie Wilson was on my wall next to Michael Jackson my entire child.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah,
Really?
Charlie Wilson was
Okay.
big as Mike. Charlie Wilson was my guy.
Charlie.
When I got a chance to work with Charlie Wilson, to for him to open up and tell us his story, and and look at him in his face, and he looks amazing. He looks brand new while he's telling
Yeah.
the story. It's just so inspiring. And then to produce records for him and write songs for him that he's singing, and you help giving him ad libs. And this is Charlie Wilson. Of course, once he starts singing, you be like, okay, that's it. That's
You
it.
know what? And I'm Stephen, I was blessed. I was in the studio, and we were in the studio, it was Snoop, it was some different artists in California, and Charlie was singing, and I was there. I said it was Jazzy Faye in there, and I saw Charlie throw a run, and I was just like, oh.
That's him.
I was, and I was just like blessed to even be in that, atmosphere with these great artists that's gifted and talented. It was just a humbling experience for me.
Yeah.
So another question I want to ask you, do you miss albums? So we have this new technology today, right? It's something that I can't even understand.
Yeah.
And I just remember albums.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? I remember album covers.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, that's how we were raised. Looking.
Yeah.
You couldn't wait to see if it was a picture on the inside. I always wanted to see who was singing backgrounds and the instruments, who played. I was just interested into that when I was a kid. And, I guess for me, you can compare it to people who still get to enjoy smoking cigarettes. They still get to unwrap the pack. They still get to hit it on the bottom, and they still get to put it in their mouth and look for their lighter,
Oh, God.
The process of getting the 45 thing that you have to put the 45 on and clean the needle, that whole process was a part of the music, and it's been gone so long. But I miss that whole process. I love my next album, 60s Baby, is gonna be on vinyl.
So Stephen, so what I used to do is I would take the album cover, and it was what was it, the 45 or no 45 33 whatever, and I would take the actual record out, and I would have all of the album covers on my walls.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it looked like a whole big poster. So that's how I would, my mom didn't like it, but that's how I did. And I'll tell you, it was one album cover that used to scare the crap out of me, and it was Millie Jackson. What? Because her mouth was just, it was something about the mouth was just too wide.
Anita Ward had scared me. It was Anita Ward.
Oh, so I'm not the only one,
no,
right?
It was just her face, and when you walk past it, her eyes would follow you. It was the most creepiest thing in the world.
Well, that's how I felt about Millie Jackson.
I had the Millie Jackson one, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, the mouth was just a little wide for me, and it used to scare me. Not that not she was an attractive woman, of course, but it was something about her album and the way that she talked used to scare me as a child. But she was, so I had to take her off the wall. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I remember that she used to scare me a lot.
That's funny.
So now that we know that streaming is the new wave, right? How have that impact the music industry, the streaming?
It depends on what part of the music industry you're in, what side you're on. Some will say it's the most amazing thing that ever happened. Some people say it killed songwriters. And as far as the songwriters making the money they were making from their songs, now every song on the planet is $9. So it depends.
Really?
It just depends on what side you're on. I'm a Renaissance man, so I'm rolling with it. I have 4 albums out, and a lot of singles. I have my first movie getting ready to come out, so everything is going to be streamed, and it's just what it is. You just have to be on top of what the next thing is. So I mean, It is what it is. It changed on us. Remember when they said it was going to be no more vinyl, it was going to be on a little disc, how crazy that sound? So I remember
Yeah,
that.
we didn't move. Yeah. You know, many people that I've interviewed, they always said that when I asked them about what advice will you give new artists, and the main thing that they always say is know the industry, study. Do you say the same?
Yeah, I'll say if you're an artist, the only way to become great is study the ones before you that were great. That's the only way anybody before us became great at anything. It was somebody who inspired them to be great. So you have to do that. I would recommend that to young producer, writer, artist, to study the greats. Even if you don't do what they do, study and see. Try to see what that magic that they had, and add that to your gumbo. That's what I did.
Yeah. So what would little Steven know? What would this Steven tell the young Steve about life, about music, about everything? What would you go back and tell your younger self?
I would say don't be so fast to make life decisions so young. I would tell the young Steve, hey, your mom has done a great job. Remember that. Stay on focus. Stay on focus about all the things that you wanted to accomplish before you go and lose your noodles. I would say
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
And I would also tell him to make sure that he pays attention to the frequency that makes him feel the best and stay there.
Wow.
Don't,
That's some good advice.
yeah.
That's some very good advice. I like that. Um, in the music industry, there's everyone now they're learning about owning your masters, right?
Yeah.
And before Prince passed, he always talked about the masters. And Michael Jackson, I think he owned the Beatle masters. Is that the new trend? Is that what you would tell artists to try to do? Or, and if so, how hard is it to get your masters from the labels?
Well,
Is it easy to buy them back? What's the steps?
well, the master is just the actual tape, that the recording that you guys recorded on in the studio. That's the actual master. That's what they own, the master recording. Michael Jackson didn't own their masters. He owned their publishing, the
Gotcha. Okay.
royalties from the writing,
Okay.
which is everything. Because you can create new masters. Like I'm finishing up the Troop documentary, and I've remade all the Troop songs, so those are new masters. You
Okay.
get what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
owning your masters is wonderful. Stevie Wonder fought for it. Ray Charles. People have been fighting. Sam Cooke. I mean, people have been fighting for that forever. But a lot of times when you're coming from the ghetto, you're coming from a place of hunger and a place of need as far as your perception goes. You don't have time to worry about those masters because you're creative. You're going to make millions of masters. It's like all the masters you make for one record company, if things go wrong, you just start again. It's almost
Okay.
where I am in my life, and all of the writing that I'm about to do. It's
Well,
just
good.
um, owning your masters is owning yourself. You know,
Okay.
I can license my own songs to TV shows, and I can actually put songs to work, rather than somebody that owns it and don't know anything about you. And those songs,
Yeah.
you know, they're not
I
being.
mean, because if you think about it, the music is a passion of artists, right? So these artists come out, they just love to do what they do.
Yeah,
They just want to create. And so you lose yourself in the creation and you don't really study the business side of it. And now years later,
you
you found
suffer.
out that you've been bamboozled, right? And so now it's too late because you've already signed a dotted line because you were young and you were eager and hungry and you
That,
know what I mean?
that's
So
that's
yeah.
like attracts like. You're in a
Yeah.
bamboozled situation.
Yeah.
There's nothing for you but bamboozle at that perspective. You get what I'm saying? Um, and it's a part of any industry. Anybody who works for anybody is on a certain end of the stick.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, Steve, you're a man of many talents. Which of the talents do you like or you enjoy the most? So, singing, producing, writing, performing. Which one would be at the top of your list?
I also draw, and
I don't know about that one.
yeah, I get more. I love drawing more than any of those because it's so personal and it's so
It could be intimate, right?
intimate. You know,
Yeah.
working on something, just like writing a song, that would be second. I think writing a song and getting a song together is amazing for me. And nothing's like performing. There's nothing like people praising you and giving you all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's
That
hard.
gotta be a great feeling.
You have to be a
Yeah.
strong individual to live that life of all that praise and live without it. It's very challenging.
Yeah. For it to be taken away at any
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, or it well, it's you removing yourself from the matching that energy is what happens.
Okay.
It's not a taking away of any. There's nobody waiting to take something away. You matched it at one time, and now you don't.
Wow.
And that's where
Okay.
responsibility for us as God's having a fleshly experience. That's where a lot of responsibility comes in. That is being responsible for your energy and what your magnet attracts.
Yeah. So again, you've worked with many people. You've collabed with the greatest. Have so many remarkable accomplishments under your belt. Um, what are some of what people don't know about you is that you also have film projects.
Yeah,
Let's tell the people, like, music don't stop you. Like, when I read your I was just like blown away because it's like, really, what
yeah.
about your film? Let's give the people some information about what films that you have participated in or collab with.
Well, as my career as a writer, I've collabed on the Dreamgirls soundtrack, Shark Tale, Kung Fu Panda, Shrek. I produced Aretha Franklin on the Bobby soundtrack. Um, of course, New Jack City when we were kids. And I just finished my own 8-episode series called Day Ones. I started my own streaming company called Black Box. Yeah, it's amazing.
That is crazy. So what's left for you to what do you want to do now? So going forward, you've been in film, you've been in music, you've collabed with some of the A-listers that are out here, amazing people and artists that you've worked with. What does Steve Russell Harts want to do moving forward? What's something that you haven't done that you really want to do?
I want to win the World Cup with my pigeons. I want to win the World Cup.
Where is your pigeons at? You haven't shown us not one.
Yeah, hey, we can
Let us see your pigeons.
change that. We can change
Oh my
that.
God. Oh my goodness. You got real pigeons.
Yes.
Do they send notes and stuff like
These
that?
are all the males. We're getting ready to travel to Texas.
Hey, have you ever gave them a note to send to somebody? Because oh my goodness, do they have names?
Only if they deserve it.
I gotcha. That's
Only if they deserve
great.
it. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome. So that's what you do on your spare time is work with pigeons.
Well, yeah, I do that. And I've been working on my film for the last year, so that's been keeping me busy. But yeah, pigeons is a big, big part of my existence that has been for so many years behind the scenes outside of the music. But something that I've never done, I would love to write and produce and receive a Grammy that I produced. A Grammy, something that Steve Russell did,
For
you know, something like that.
for what though?
What do you mean?
Like if you to receive a Grammy for music, to receive a
Oh, you said 4.
yes.
Oh, producer of the year, song of the year, something.
Okay.
He's
I don't have any hesitation to think that you will not get there because I'm looking at your extensive, remarkable accomplishments, and I'm glad to meet you, to see some greatness, and I'm glad to get to meet you, Stephen Russell. Harts. I love it.
glad
So
to
let's
meet
talk about your project that you have going on now. Do you have anything that's up and coming that you want to talk about?
you. Sure. I just released. I have my record company is the Motel Music Media.
Okay.
I just released "Lady in My Life." It's a
Okay.
duet with me and Alan, two lead singers of Troop. Um, um, I have four solo albums. I have Steve Russell, So Random. That's my first project. I have Stephen Russell Harts, the wedding singer. I
Where
have
can we find it? Where can the
everything
audience
that's
find it?
online, iTunes,
Okay.
everywhere.
Gotcha.
It's everywhere. I have my third album, Stephen Russell Harts, Swept Away, and everybody calls me Little Steve. So my
Let's
latest
see. Let's uh
my latest project called Trapsody, Little Steve
Little
Trapsody.
Steve. Okay.
So that's me too. And that's it musically. I'm getting ready to executive produce my daughter's next album. My daughter's an artist by the name
Nice.
of Moon, and she's pretty established now. And I've stayed out of the way on purpose just to let her develop the way she would like. And now I get a chance to work with her, so I'm super excited about that.
That's awesome. Is there a book in the future?
Yes, I'm 11 chapters in on my autobiography.
Great.
That should be done before the year is out.
Great. Because
Uh,
I want to hear some of that juicy inside stuff that you didn't want to tell everybody. I want to hear about that.
very juicy, very juicy.
Very juicy. Yes.
You
I
could ask
love it.
a question before we go if I wasn't clear, juicy enough.
Oh no. I enjoyed myself. Like it's almost an hour right now, and
Right.
it just went through. So I enjoyed talking to you. But
Okay.
everyone that comes on the show, I'm sorry if they didn't tell you, they have to sing.
Oh,
So
oh,
just a little bit something, Lady in My Life, just a little bit something.
I
What's
don't.
going down with Lyrasis, but I would like to hear something on Lady in My Life, just maybe the chorus or something, because that's something you can't break. You can't break the, you can't break it. That's what I have everyone do. So sorry.
Um, um. So listen to my heart. Lay your body close to mine. Let me fill you with my dreams. I can make you feel so right. And baby, through the years, even when we're old and gray, I will love you more each day. 'Cause you will always be the lady in my life.
Stephen Russell Harts, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to What's Going Down with Lyricist. It's been a pleasure. I had a ball with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and the pigeons too. Tell all the pigeons that Lyricist and team said hello.
Yes,
And
yes,
I would
yes.
love to invite you back when
Oh,
you have that book ready so that we can talk again. I had a
okay.
blast.
Hey,
You be
please.
safe.
Thank you.
Before you go, I just want to let you know that Twin Cities is where I reside, and we're going through the George Floyd trial right now. Anything that you want to say to the people that's looking for justice, that's looking for hope? Any last words for them?
I would just tell my people in that situation, they lied to us about expectation. And I think expectation would be wrong to have in this situation. I think it would be useless to put expectations on a people that we know exactly who they are and how they are. Uh, we're living amongst some impossible people, And just remember that, the reason why Black people, my people, we're still in this bubble of hate and disrespect is because there's a lot of hate and disrespect amongst ourselves. And I don't mean brother to brother. I mean, as people, as a collective, we believe a lot of the negative things that our enemy has portrayed to us. We believe a lot of it. I mean, all the way down to worshiping these people and believing what they say. We trust these people, and it's almost like, because we didn't experience the things that our ancestors went through just recently, just short of 100 years ago, babies being taken, families being broken apart, these same impossible people coming in and raping everybody. And, we forget so fast about who we're really dealing with. And I think that's more of the focus for Black people in a whole, to take our energy back and focus on remembering that we are all gods having a fleshly experience, and we create our experience by our beliefs. So we got to change these beliefs that we have been indoctrinated by, so that we can lift out of this bubble with these impossible people and rise above it, like our ancestors rose above it before the impossible people showed up on the scene.
Wow, that was so powerful. Wow, I gotta process that. Thank you for coming on the show. What's Going Down with Lyrasis? It was an honor. I can't wait to read your book. Will your daughter come? Or if you need a platform, remember What's Going Down with Lyrasis. I'm your girl. Peace out. You be safe.
Thank you. Love you. Thank you.
Tell your pictures I said, mwah, and the team said hello. But love you. Thank you.
Okay,
You be safe, bro. Thanks again. This is What's Going Down for Lyrasis. Thanks for tuning in to us tonight. That was a wonderful, awesome show. Y'all be safe. Good night.
What's going down? From the Twin Cities of Minnesota, the streets of Chicago, it's your girl, my girl, everyone's girl. It's What's Going Down with Lyrasis.